Hello there, you're welcome to the Power Circuit, proudly brought to you by the Transmission Company of Nigeria TCN. In this edition, we have the following reports. Minister of Power assures adequate power supply under President Bola Tinubu's administration. Power sector agencies synergize on service delivery. We have a highlight of critical ongoing and completed power transmission projects for viewing delight. TCN inaugurates anti-corruption and transparency units in Bauchi region. In today's interview segment, the Power Circuit team will be speaking with Engineer Adamu Ibrahim, the Principal Manager System Operations at the Kano region of TCN. The official will be emphasizing on the task of managing the transmission system and dispatching bulk electricity in the Kano region. I am Amara Agugesi. Come along with us. The Minister of Power, Chief Adebayo Adelabu, says President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's led administration is committed to providing adequate and reliable power supply in the country. He disclosed this at the opening ceremony of a 3-day Nigerian electricity supply industry market participants and stakeholders roundtable in Abuja.
At the meeting, which brought together all the stakeholders in the power sector, Chief Adelabu called for a thorough assessment of the power sector towards improving on existing indices.
What are those things to focus on to improve, to actually achieve a pass back? We need to grade it from a radar of 0 to 100. Where are we at the moment? There won't be any meaningful discussion if we don't answer this question first. And we must be sincere with it.
He stated that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration prioritizes energy as a key driver of his ongoing economic reforms.
The present administration of His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, with the renewed hope agenda, has identified energy availability as directly leading to economic growth and industrial development.
He therefore urged stakeholders to cross-fertilize on ideas to address challenges facing Nigeria's power sector.
To this end, government will look at the existing policies in power industry and improve on them for better service delivery to Nigerians. I must not fail to mention here that the power industry needs more collaboration, cooperation, and partnership with the private sector operators more than any ministry in Nigeria. Because we need to understand the model of each of the ministries where we work. The contribution of every Nigerian, especially the NMPSR, that is the Nestle market participants and other stakeholders, is relevant at this moment that we are faced with hydra-headed challenges in the power sector. It is my firm belief that our duty as Nestle stakeholders to deliver the services expected of us. We need to tell ourselves the truth objectively, whether we have achieved the objectives of the power sector privatization or not.
The minister also said his ministry would develop a roadmap for the sector before the end of 2023.
What we have been doing in the past 2 months is to engage the operators, to engage stakeholders, to appreciate what the problems are. I'm trying to come up to put up a draft turnaround master plan. Draft, I said, which also has to be discussed. The Ministry of Power and all its agencies, together with some invited guests from DISCOs, from GENCOs, from the Tranco, from the gas aggregating companies, will come together and discuss for 2-3 days. I will all come together with an agreement on what the transformation roadmap should be. Not just like we've been having in the past. This will be practical roadmap on what we should be looking at. Should we continue concentrating on the grid? So, improve capacity 4,000 to 6,000 to 8,000 to 10,000. In 5 years, are you able to achieve that? Are there alternative approaches in terms of distributed powers, have captive, embedded, all over. What are the roles of the state governments? How practical are the contents of the Electricity Act itself? And how do we take advantage of the Act to achieve success in the industry?
Agencies under the Federal Ministry of Power synergize on service delivery at Ministerial Servicom Committee meeting in Abuja.
While declaring the meeting open, the Managing Director of the Transmission Company of Nigeria, Engineer Dr. Sule Ahmed Abdulaziz, who was represented by the Executive Director of Human Resources, Mr. Justin Dodo, said TCN remains resolute in its commitment to service delivery.
TCN remains fully committed to the principles of Servicom. We are resolute in upholding these principles in all facets of our operations. We will continue to invest in technology, infrastructure, and our workforce to meet the ever-growing demand for electricity transmission services in Nigeria. To our dedicated staff members, you are the backbone of TCN. Your unwavering commitment and hard work are crucial to our success. I encourage you to maintain the highest standards of professionalism and service excellence. Together, we can overcome the challenges we face and fulfill our mission to provide reliable power transmission services to all Nigerians.
Engineer Abdulaziz emphasized the core objective of Servicom as a platform for maximum service delivery for Nigerians.
It is with great honor and pleasure that I address you today as the MD CEO of the Transmission Company of Nigeria to declare this Ministerial Servicom Committee meeting officially open. Servicom, an acronym for Service Compact with All Nigerians, represents a profound commitment to excellence in serving the people of Nigeria. I am truly delighted by the presence of each and every one of you here today. Your attendance underscores the importance of our collective efforts in improving the quality of service we provide to our fellow citizens.
The head of TCN then tasked all the participants to harness the opportunity towards improving on their agency's services to the populace.
Once again, I extend a warm welcome to this Servicom meeting, and I declare it officially open. Let us use this platform. Let us therefore use this platform to work collaboratively towards a brighter and more electrified future for Nigeria. Thank you, and may our deliberations be fruitful.
The Director of Reform Coordination and Service Improvement Department at the Federal Ministry of Power, Mrs. Titilayo Agbeyo, maintained that the quarterly meeting of the Ministerial Servicom Committee encourages collaborations among agencies.
This meeting is organized at the instance of the Servicom Office as part of its aims and objectives that encourage collaborations and engagement within and between agents of government. This is to enable efficient and effective deliberations on a wide range of issues, especially Servicom activities within agencies, departments and units, and as well as share experiences, ideas and knowledge. The meeting is very appropriate and timely for all to respectively reflect on organizational or departmental performances in the last 6 months of the year.
Focal officials from the power sector agencies were urged to be open to discussions and come up with strategies that would improve service delivery.
I urge you all to make your presentations and contributions in good faith as we engage fruitfully in the business of making our nation great.
There was an interactive session that featured presentations on customer service delivery by the various focal officials from the power sector agencies.
Let's go on a timeout. More reports after this.
Just count all the blocks, eh?
Sir, we are Transmission Company of Nigerian Linesmen, and we just observed that you're about to erect a structure here.
You're very observant. Yes, I'm trying to put up a shopping mall of 200 shops that will serve this neighborhood. And I'm very excited about the project.
But sir, have you observed that it is under high tension transmission lines? It could snap, drop on the shopping mall and electrocute everyone inside it. Moreover, sir, these lines emit electromagnetic waves that are harmful to the health of human beings.
Really? This could cause so much harm?
Absolutely, sir. Imagine if there's a fire outbreak in the mall. It could destroy the transmission lines, causing outage to many states in the country. Erecting a structure under high-tension transmission lines will not help government efforts to grow our power supply and grow our economy. Be part of growth. Do not destroy electricity power installations. Little vigilance and concern on our part is necessary to protect transmission infrastructure nationwide. Be vigilant.
This message is brought to you by the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, transmitting electricity in the most efficient and effective manner.
Did you know that there are scores of ongoing power transmission projects and completed projects spread across the states by the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN? These power transmission projects are aimed at improving bulk electricity supply to the distribution companies for onward delivery to your homes and business locations. Here are some of these vast power transmission projects.
The 13233 kV Ilorin transmission substation in Kwara State received an 125 MVA power transformer. The impact of this project, funded with support of the World Bank, is to increase the bulk power capacity in the Ilorin substation by 80 megawatts. In the Bauchi region, TCN delivered power transformers at different substations. Among these World Bank funded projects is the installation of 150 MVA power transformer at the 330-132-33 kV Bauchi substation in Bauchi. A 100 MVA power transformer was also installed at Jalingo substation in Taraba State. While the new transformer has increased the Bauchi substation's bulk power wheeling capacity by 120 megawatts, the one in Jalingo substation raised the capacity by 80 megawatts. In Jos substation in Plateau State, TCN delivered a 100 MVA power transformer which has increased the capacity of the 132-33 kV Jos substation from 144 megawatts to 224 megawatts. Under the Osogbo region, the Shagamu transmission substation got a 60 MVA power transformer energized and operational. This has increased the wheeling capacity of the substation from 48 megawatts to 96 megawatts. This makes more bulk power available to Ibadan Electricity Distribution Company (IBEDC) to deliver to its customers in Shagamu and its environs. In Ibadan, Oyo State, TCN carried out the reconductoring of the Ayede to Eleyele 132 kV double-circuit transmission lines. This project ensured higher capacity for the lines, which has improved the voltage capacity stability. There is more line reconductoring and has enabled TCN to wheel more bulk electricity to the load centers of IBEDC to supply to its customers. At the Abuja region, there is the building of new APO, also called Piba Transmission Substation in Abuja. This 330-132-33 kV substation is under the Abuja Feeding Scheme, comprising 5 new substations and 1 unit of 330 kV transmission line. The Pigba substation has 2 units of 150 MVA power transformer on the 330 kV level and 3 units of 60 MVA power transformer at the 132 kV level. The substation is expected to add 338 megawatts to the transmission capacity with capability of TCN to wheel more bulk power to Federal Capital Territory, Abuja and environs through the Abuja Electricity Distribution Company, AEDC.
The Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, has inaugurated an Anti-Corruption and Transparency Unit (ACTU) in the Bauchi region of the company.
Speaking during the inauguration of the unit, Mr. Ochije Chuks, the chairman of the TCN branch of ACTU, said it was important for the company to set up the unit to curb corruption. Mr. Chuks, who is also the general manager, audit and control of the Independent System Operation arm of TCN, said the company is being proactive in the move to promote transparency, accountability, and ethical conduct. The ACTU chairman said all staff and management of TCN, including the executive management of TCN Bauchi region, have a pivotal role to play to ensure the mitigation of corruption in the company. He charged members of the unit to show leadership and commitment by leading by example, as well as to demonstrate their unwavering commitment to transparency and ethical behavior, as their actions will set the tone for the region and the entire organization.
Get set for the interview segment after the break. Hello and welcome to the interview segment of the Power Circuit. With us today is Engineer Adamu Ibrahim. He is the Principal Manager, System Operations at the Kano region of TCN. Engineer Ibrahim speaks about the task of managing the transmission system and dispatching bulk electricity within his jurisdiction in the Kano operational region, which serves bulk power to Kano, Katsina, Jigawa, and parts of Bauchi states. How does TCN dispatch bulk electricity in the Kano region?
Dispatch of electricity is the utilization of the available power within the grid to prevent the bottlenecks of the system. Power system comprises of the generation, the transmission, and the distribution. So it's obvious in Nigeria the grid generation, the power generation is not adequate. This leads to various allocations within the regions. For instance, in Kano, the available allocation we are receiving, that is what we shared among the substations we have within the Kano region, in conjunction with the DISCOs, our partners in power industry, with DISCOs. So DISCOs used to do nomination, used to do allocation based on feeders band. Based on the feeders band, that is how the dispatch is going on.
How many feeders are there in the region and their coverage area?
In Kano operational region, we have 66 category KB feeders. We also supply 132 kV international line, that is Gazawa 132 kV line. The coverage area of those 33 kV feeders are in Kano State, the Jigawa State, and Katsina State. We also supply part of Azare and Mugru, that is in Yobe State.
The power sector is a value chain. How does TCN manage the interface in this chain?
The relationship between the three tiers of power industries is obvious that we have a good working relationship because the interface between the junkers and the transmission are the national control centers, while the interface between the DISCOs and the transmission is the transmission stations. And thank God we have a good working relationship with them. In power industries, without one, for instance, without junkers, the transmission and the distribution cannot work. Likewise, without transmission, the junkers and the DISCOs cannot work. The same thing applies if there is no DISCOs, then the transmission and the jumpers will not work. So you have to come to achieve the same goal so that we move the industry forward.
With daily operations, there could be timeouts with equipment. What does TCN do to minimize this?
Some of the faults that can be occurred within the system can be prevented by regular inspection, by regular maintenance, by regular upgrading also can be achieved. You can prevent such faults by all those methods. If you leave your equipment, no thorough inspection, no proper maintenance, any fault can be bound to happen. So by doing this, you can prevent the faults that can be occurred within the power industry.
You just heard from Engineer Adamu Ibrahim on the continuous operations of the power transmission system in Kano. To ensure seamless operations, the TCN field official believes timely equipment maintenance, checks and upgrades are crucial, noting that the company has always prioritized these activities to deliver optimum service. Always stick with us for more expository interviews. Before our time runs out, we've got to run through the reports again. You have heard the Minister of Power, Chief Adebayo Adelabu, providing assurance on improved power supply under President Bola Tinubu's administration. We told you that power sector agencies at a ministerial Servicom committee meeting have synergized on service delivery. You saw a highlight of critical ongoing and completed power transmission projects from the management of TCN. Also, TCN inaugurates anti-corruption and transparency units in Bauchi region. For the interview segment, Engineer Adamu Ibrahim, the Principal Manager System Operations at the Kano region of TCN, spoke on the task of managing the transmission system and dispatching bulk electricity within his jurisdiction in the Kano region. As always, TCN appeals to members of the public to steer clear of power transmission installations and desist from vandalizing such. Let your voice be heard as you join TCN on this campaign against vandalism and encroachment of power transmission installations. Get more information when you subscribe to the TCN YouTube channel, TCN_Nigeria. On Facebook, kindly like the page Transmission Company of Nigeria. On X, formerly Twitter, follow TCN via @TCN_Nigeria. TCN is also on Instagram, TCN_Nigeria. You can also send email messages to TCN via affairs.public@tcn.org.ng and it will get the required attention. Learn about the company's activities on the interactive website www.tcn.org.ng. You can also be promptly informed about TCN and its operations when you visit www.tcnnews.ng. The Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, commits to always deliver the best of services in the delivery of bulk power nationwide in the most efficient way. I am Amara Agugesi. Bye.